Hey, so I am sitting in my car and I've been having quite a lot of negative thoughts all day, which kind of sucks. Lots of them. Just seems to be lots of instances where it keeps reminding me of the negative way I think about things. So even though I sometimes post really happy and, life's great kind of, sorry, there's somebody walking past me right now. Even though sometimes I, try and post really happy, positive blogs, I also have those downtimes just like the rest of you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bipolar. So yeah, I'm sitting in my car. I've just gone to get some cat food, and my flatmate's home from work, and I just didn't want to, do it at home in case she could hear me. But yeah, so I don't know, went out with a couple of girls for lunch, and that was really nice today. And then just kind of thought, oh, there's another friend that couldn't come to lunch because she's packing up her house. So I thought, oh, I'll go and, see if she wants a hand, packing or something. And then I thought, oh, no, what if she doesn't want me there? What if, I'm just a hindrance? And then I was like, who doesn't want someone to help packing? And then, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just head that way, but I'll pull over first and just ask if she wants a hand. And she was like, no, it's all good. But, like, she wasn't not wanting me there, obviously, but she was just like, had it all under control, and it was fine. So I came home, and I was just like, I just have no desire to do anything, and I did nothing yesterday. Why do I wrote like a huge list after New Year's and just wrote all these things that I could do if I had nothing to do. And I just I thought about that list, and I just went, I don't want to do anything on there. And I even thought about turning my car around before I was going to see my friend and just going, no, fuck it. I don't want to do anything. But, And then, so got home, and my house is a bit messy, but anyway, that's fine. And my flatmate texted me. She's gone to bed, but she texted me and said, oh, did you want, did you want to model? One of my mates, she's a hairdresser, and did you want to model? She needs a model for tomorrow to do foils. And I've already explained to her in the past that I don't like getting foils in my hair because it straightens certain parts of my hair. So I have straight bits on top and then curly bits underneath, and it looks a bit shit. And then, so she said, and I said, no, thanks, but no. And then she said, oh, okay, well, that's all right, but why? And I just explained that it makes my hair straight. Hanging out right next to my car, trying to turn on a hydrant. Crazy. Maybe she's on drugs. She's now touching a tree. Do you know what I think she might be? Hope they're good. Where was I? Anyway, so then she said, oh, well, it wouldn't be in any worse condition than it is now. And, I'm sorry that you had that experience with a hairdresser. And I just sort of said, oh, gee, thanks. And she said, what? And I said, well, that's one of the reasons that I don't really go to hairdressers much, because every time I go there, they make me feel like shit because they say my hair's in crap condition and, that I do my colour myself. I'm sorry, I can't afford $200 to $300 every 6 weeks, so I have to do it myself. And it's actually not in bad condition, compared to what it's been like when I've been to hairdressers and they've bleached it. Anyway, so she said, oh, you know, that must have been just that one hairdresser. And I said, no, I've had it foiled many times before, and it always just goes dry and crispy and just breaks off and goes straight. So I don't do it anymore. And she said, oh, it's just that you said you'd be happy to model. And I didn't answer, but I felt like saying, well, no, you asked me this last time, and I explained that it makes my hair go straight. And I'm not going to pay $55 to model for someone. Like, I know that that's how hairdressers work, that you kind of getting it for free, but when hair colour cost me $20, that's really not saving me. And then I'd have to maintain it, so no. Anyway, and it just made me think about, you know, I really don't go to hairdressers much because every single time I go there, I feel like, you know, they're rude as fuck by saying, oh, who does your colour? And I say me, and then they go, oh, right. Right, it's not in the best condition, blah, blah, blah. And because I'm only going there for a haircut, not a colour, you see. So they try and talk me into them colouring it. And I just say, no, thank you. And then they say, why, blah, blah, blah. And it's this constant cycle. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, like, why do you have to be rude about, you know, the condition of my hair? You don't walk into a dress shop and the sales assistant says, oh, where did you get that outfit? We better find you something else. Like, how rude would that be? It's the exact same thing, I find. And it just seems to be like 90% of the hairdressers I've been to have been like that, so. And then, like, you know, I was feeling a bit lonely, so I thought I'd jump on Tinder, which I haven't jumped on any of those dating sites in like 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, probably 12 months. And I thought maybe I'll jump on and just see if there's anyone out there and go on a few dates or something. And the first guy that I chatted to, like, asked me what area I was from, and I answered. And I asked him how his weekend had been, and yeah, he said it was fine. And then, well, actually, I asked the last question, and then he didn't ask anything else, and then he was like, oh, great conversation. And then he went into this rant about how, you know, it takes two to have a conversation, and and he said I was the one asking all the questions, and I said, actually, I asked 2 questions, and you asked 1. So who is doing all the question asking, and what the hell are you on about? Like, anyway, so that just made me go, this is why I don't do Tinder, because it's stupid, and people are just fucking rude on there. And there's something else that I had a bit of a negative experience about, but I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I'm just wanted to let you know that I still go through the same downers and stuff that everyone else does, even though I have my positive days. Oh yeah, and my mum called, and she was like, oh, how much is this bill that you've got to pay off? I'm going to pay it off for you. And, well, she said, you know, how do I pay it off? And I said, oh, it's on the back of the form. And she's like, no, it's not. It's on the front here. It's like, well, okay then, Mum. And I didn't ask her to pay off this bill at all. She just rang me up and said, I'll have to pay off this bill for you. And then I was not being very, you know, forthcoming, and she said, well, don't you want me to help you? And I said, well, no, I don't, actually. I'm 36. And, you know, if I don't pay it, then I don't pay it, and that's my consequence. Like, don't you get it? And she was like, oh, whatever, and hung up on me. And I'm just like, can you just let me handle my own issues? Like, why do you have to, like, pretend that I'm some, you know, homeless loser who can't hold down a job or something? They said to me at Christmas time again, oh, maybe you should go to Centrelink. which is the dole, what do you call it in other places, like, you know, when the government pays you because you're unemployed or whatever. And I was like, because I have a job, I don't think you understand that I work every day. And I think that just because, you know, I don't do 7.5 hours, 5 days a week, that, you know, I don't earn anything and I don't have a job. But, you know, I made, you know, I'm running a business and I made a profit for the last 2 years running, for the first 2 years of this business. So I think that's pretty good for anyone that starts a business from scratch, considering I've been in business before and, you know, dived and made nothing but losses for 2 years straight. So, yeah, they seem to think that I'm just this no-hoper that should be on benefits. And, excuse me, but fuck you, I earn $75 an hour. So, if I don't want to work 7.5 hours a day, I don't have to. I can pay the bills on less than that. So, it's, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye.